Hello and good evening. Thank you. We are the Youth Jazz Ensemble DuPage, and welcome to Immanuel Lutheran Church. Great to have you here with us. Some of you, of course, are people from Immanuel, so thank you for coming. Some are parents and friends and relatives, and thank you so much for making the drive all the way up north, almost to Wisconsin, but not quite. So we appreciate that, coming from DuPage. That first tune is pretty much our theme song, written by Sammy Nestico, and it was something that, I don't know, we started playing our first year, and it just caught on, and it seems like just a great opener. It even says that in the program notes, that I have a great opener. So I took that advice. We're going to continue with a piece made famous by Frank Sinatra. This is written in 1958. The title track of the Frank Sinatra album by the same name, Come Fly With Me. Also used in the 1963 film, Come Fly With Me, and sung by a different Frank at that time, though that was Frankie Avalon. But we'll go with the Frank Sinatra version. This is Come Fly With Me, the Count Basie version. Kyle Boone. Thank you. We don't have this one in the program, so since you've been such a great audience, we decided to add one that we did actually a little bit earlier in the year, and it features our vocalist, Scarlett Lucina. And it's, yeah, give it up for Scarlett. It's a Good Morning Blues. It's a Count Basie tune, and we prepared it for the Ellington Festival that took place. And let's see if I have, everyone knows the solo order. You're comfortable, right? Then, okay, that's all good. All right, so this is Good Morning Blues featuring Scarlett.
How do you do? Good morning, blues. Blues, how do you do? Well, I feel alright, but I come to worry you. Baby, it's Christmas time, and I wanna see Santa Claus. Baby, it's Christmas time, and you know I want to see Santa Claus. Don't show me my pretty baby, I'll break all the laws. Santa Claus, Santa Claus, listen to my plea. Santa Claus, Santa Claus, listen to my plea. Don't send me nothing for Christmas but my baby back to me. for Christmas but my baby back to me.
So I know it said it was Christmas time and all that in there, but you just have to imagine that it was Christmas time. So in any case, I couldn't not do that one tonight. It was just a lot of fun, and we enjoyed having Scarlett with us this year, so we figured, why not? Let's do 4 vocals today. So since she's up here, our next one is A Foggy Day. See if I can read my tiny writing here. It's getting worse as I get older. The writing, that is, and the eyes, I guess. But introduced in the 1937 film Damsel in Distress, starring Fred Astaire, originally titled A Foggy Day in London Town, it referred to the pollution that induced the fog in London. So originally entitled A Foggy Day in London Town, we know it as A Foggy Day, and again, it's going to feature Miss Scarlett and the band.
Foggy day in London town had me low and had me down. I viewed the morning with alarm. The British Museum had lost its charm. How long, I wonder, could this thing last? But the age of miracles hadn't passed, and suddenly I saw you there, and through foggy London town the sun, and through foggy London town the sun was shining everywhere. foggy day in London town had me low and had me down. I viewed the morning with alarm. The British Museum had lost its charm. How long, I wonder, would this thing last? But the age of miracles hadn't passed, and suddenly I saw you there, and through foggy London town, the sun, foggy London town, the sun, and through foggy London town, the sun was shining everywhere.
Scarlett Lucina, thank you. We will bring her back in the second half. All right, I first brought this next chart out to the band, and they thought it was kind of hokey. And in its own way, it kind of is. But if they play it well, it really swings. It's I Can't Stop Loving You, originally written for country singer, maybe that was it, sorry anybody out there who's country western fans, Don Gibson in 1958. And of course it was made famous by Ray Charles. And this is the arrangement that we play by Quincy Jones of I Can't Stop Loving You. And it starts with Noah. Oh, no, it's not Noah. Sorry. Hi, Donald. It starts with Donald on the piano. Thank you. You know, we weren't sure whether this concert would ever take place this spring with everything that was going on with COVID. In the last couple of weeks, we've had, I don't know, about 6 or 7 of these guys affected in and out. And so it made things a little bit iffy whether it was going to happen. So we canceled the concert, of course, 2 weeks ago. But for all of you that could make it today, we planned it today on purpose just for you. And give them a hand for all being healthy. And I'd like to bring up a special lady here. Most people would think I'd say, well, that's my wife. Actually, it's my pastor's wife. And she's shocked now because 2 weeks ago when we... Come on up, Sharon. Because 2 weeks ago, when we were supposed to have this concert on May 1st, it was her birthday. And so we arranged to play Happy Birthday for Mrs. Tiemann. So please join us and sing along. There's a little bit of an introduction here, too, as well. Does everyone have the chart up? All right. Ready in the piano? Can you see in the dark? Yeah, we can get that light. Here we go. All right. Come on. Where are you hiding? Come on. This is right up here. No. 1, 2, 3, and... Here we go. And happy birthday to you. Her name is Sharon, if you don't know. Happy birthday. One more time. This is, how old are you? No, sorry. Happy birthday, dear Sharon. Happy birthday. Ba-da-ba. She's still celebrating 2 weeks later. 39, right? The whole year. That's all good. And I understand it was this past week, it was our guest artist's birthday, too, as well. Should we hit it again? No, okay. All right. So when I was a young man, or a young kid, I should say, young boy growing up, I used to watch The Tonight Show with my dad a lot. And we watched it not so much for Johnny Carson and that, which was, he was funny and probably one of the best interviewers around and all that sort of thing. But we watched it because they had The Tonight Show band and Doc Severinsen. And boy, this brings back a lot of memories of me watching it with my dad, staying up late even on school nights and all that sort of thing. I'm talking first grade. We had a lot of fun. And tonight, our Doc Severinsen is our guest artist, and you can read his bio right there, Mr. Kirk Garrison, who currently, since this was given to me, has now been named the head of the music department or the head of jazz studies at Elmhurst University. So this is Mr. Kirk Garrison. He also plays in the Lieutenant Dan band. Some of you might know that kind of like from Forrest Gump and who's the famous Gary Sinise and all that. So he's the trumpet player in that band too as well as the director of jazz studies over now, congratulations, at Elmhurst College, University. And we're going to play the Tonight Show version of Take a Train. That's the Lawrence Welk version, actually. Take the A Train. One, two, three, ready, two. How about that, Mr. Kirk Garrison? All right, this next piece is written by a very local, well, especially if you're in DuPage County, retired band director who was at Naperville North High School. His name is Dan Moore, and was written, if I'm not mistaken, for the Pete Elman Big Band, of which Pete's son is playing lead trumpet back there, Barrett, and Pete's somewhere in the audience. There he is. This was written by Daniel Moore, and it's entitled The Adventures of Snooky and Bumbles. Snooky was Snooky Young, who was the trumpet player in the Tonight Show Band many, many years ago, and very famous for playing with a plunger. And I think Bumbles was an old guitar player, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? So we're going to feature some solos on this one, kind of going around the horn. We'll have Kyle Boone on tenor, Zach Blazek on alto sax, Hakan Basar on alto sax, Stephen Hogarty on tenor, Patrick Abram on guitar, Dante Natoli on bass, Jackson Baker on trumpet towards the second half of the song, and then Mr. Kirk Garrison will join after the trumpet soloist. All right, all good? That was a solo order. Do you want me to say it again? No problem. I mean, COVID's been affected all of us. All right, so it's Kyle, Zach, Hakan, Stephen, Patrick, Dante, Jackson, Mr. Garrison. Oh, good? One more time?
Sounds great. We're good.
All right, here we go. This is The Adventures of Snooky and Bumbles. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Mr. Kyle Boone. Zach Blazek. Bessar, alto sax. Mr. Gabram. Valencia. Baker. Thank you, Mr. Kirk Garrison on trumpet. All right, a couple things before we go on to our next piece. I'd like to give the band just a little bit of a break. We normally have an intermission, but we decided not to do one today and just kind of keep forging through. So first, what I'd like to do is to bring up seniors. I kind of mentioned this to you, but you might have forgotten. Who knows? I don't know. But I'd like to have all the seniors come on up front of the band, in front of the stands fronts. Come on, seniors. and I am the shortest one up here. I'd just like them to take the mic and introduce themselves, and maybe they can say where they go to school, because we have about 12 different high schools involved in YJED this year, and what their plans are where they're going to school next year. So, first.
I'm Zach Gressick. I go to Downers Grove South High School, and I'm going to be going to North Texas next fall for jazz studies.
My name is Stephen Hogarty. I go to Naperville Central High School, and I'm going to University of Denver to study jazz studies.
Hi, I'm Jackson Baker. I go to Larkin High School, and next year I'm planning to go to Illinois Wesleyan University and study music education.
My name is Barrett Ellman. I go to Naperville Central High School, and I'm planning to attend Arizona State University for finance, and I didn't know there was not going to be an intermission.
My name is Kyle Boone. I go to Oswego High School. Next year, I'm going to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign for chemical engineering.
I'm Patrick Abram. I go to Naperville Central, and I'll be going to University of South Florida to study computer science.
I'm Noah Hansfield. I go to Wheaton North High School, and next year I'm going to be going to University of Miami and studying music engineering and technology.
Hi, I'm Scarlett Lucina. I'm from Oswego High School, and next year I will be at DePaul University studying music education and vocal jazz.
I'm Dante Nautili. I go to Fenwick High School, and next year I'll be going to Columbia College Chicago for contemporary music.
Thank you. Give our seniors a hand again. And maybe since Barrett didn't realize there wasn't a break, maybe one more hand. Yeah, there we go. We participated in the Elmhurst Jazz Festival this year back in February, and 4 of our seniors are given an outstanding recognition of their playing from that festival. And they are Dante, Dante's our bassist, Scarlett, our vocalist, Zach on alto sax, and Noah on piano. Our senior class, everyone. Thank you. All right, you guys can head back. Okay, every year, at least every year that I've directed YJED, which goes back to like 1998, 99, and then I took a few years off while our daughter was in middle school and in high school, so I could be a dad at home with my own child rather than with your children or their children back then, and so forth. We go into a studio and we record a CD. Nowadays, really, these people don't play CDs, nor do probably you yourselves, some of you. It's pretty much just all done digitally. So we record an album in a studio, and that album is basically pretty expensive. Some of you have given a donation to that. We appreciate that very, very much. And if that's something that you'd like to still do, you can see the QR code is on the back of the program. You can do that at your leisure sometime, or drop 50 cents in the bucket out at the entrance. That would be great too as well. We have some proof of some of those past ventures. We have an album back there. There's a few left. Sherry? Okay, so if anybody would like one from the past, this is 2015-16. And the quick story about that is that we were all scheduled to go. This is your break, Barrett. Okay, so take advantage of it. All right. I'm doing my best. We were scheduled to go into the studio, which I had arranged for in January, to go into the studio in June and record the album. And this was a really big studio down in the city. I won't say the name or anything like that, but many big artists, pop artists, Janet Jackson and so forth, have recorded at this studio. Well, it was a Sunday, and Saturday morning, I woke up to an email saying that the studio was not available to us, that someone else had booked it for the weekend. And I'm like, well, I booked it back in January, and they said, yeah, well, this person's pretty big, and their entourage is going to be taking the whole studio for the entire weekend. I said, you don't understand. You know, I have 10, 12 different high schools with 10, 12 different high school schedules to try to arrange, prom, so forth, and all that sort of thing. And they said, well, we can find another studio for you. And I said, yeah, but it's still a problem. So anyway, they ended up finding another studio, and they did a great job finding a nice little smaller studio that we've been going to ever since. The person that took the studio from us is a guy named Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper then paid for our entire recording at the other studio, and so we called the album Just by Chance. So you have an opportunity to take Just by Chance home with you if you would like. All right, is that enough break?
That's great.
All right, good. Phew. So we'll continue on then. Tenor Sanity is basically kind of a play on words with a really famous piece of music entitled Tenor Madness, featuring two tenor saxophone players that kind of battle it out. It as well is written by the last composer, Daniel Moore, retired from Naperville North High School and a member of the Pete Elman Big Band. And this is going to feature both Kyle Boone and Stephen Hogarty on tenor saxophone. Uh-oh. That's never good. Do you want to see if it still works? Well, that's one note. Okay. The joys of being the leader of a big band in high school. Oh, it's great. Okay, so anyway, this is Tenor Sanity, and it's going to feature Kyle Boone and Stephen Hogarty on tenor sax. Also on guitar, Patrick Abram, Owen Anderson on guitar, and Noah Hansfield on piano. Did I leave anyone out? I think that's it. Okay, we all set? Yeah, just like we've always done it. COVID is really, the brain fog is really, yeah, so we have Noah, right, and then Patrick and Owen, and then you two guys, right, just like always. I just read your names first because you're featured at the beginning. All right, here we go. From the top, guys. You could stand if you can. Can you see that far down? It's a long ways, I know. Wait till you get my age. You can't even get up. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Piano. Patrick and Owen on guitar. Kyle on tenor. And Steven. Stephen and Kyle. The trombone section. Stand up again, Kyle and Steven. Stand up, Steven. There you go. All right, thank you. You know, I can't tell you how different this year was. I'm sure you've heard it at your schools or your churches or whatever it might be, but in a group like ours where we're not even at one school and then we have the effect of COVID, but when we're at 12 different schools and it goes around at their school at different times and different rehearsals are missed and so forth. It's really amazing that they could put 13 tunes together today for you in that condition, not having all of them there in this last month for sure. So again, give it up for YJED for making that happen. All right, and we continue on. Back in 2001, we were selected for the Essentially Ellington Festival when it was only in about its fourth year, something like that. And we featured a vocalist at that time on this next piece. And Scarlett did this piece at her school, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's do it here too as well. So we're going to have fun with Rocks in My Bed. It's kind of the story of Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn hearing a conversation of two women at a dinner talking about how love has treated them poorly and love has treated them badly, and their man has left them. And so that's kind of the moral or the background, I guess, to this song, Rocks in My Bed. Soloing, we have a whole slew, right? We have Evan, so I'm going to say the order so everyone's comfortable here. Evan, and then Jackson, and then Patrick, Kyle, Owen, Noah, Dante, and Zach. And Kyle's going to be replaced by Stephen. Okay? So, Stephen, you are after Patrick. Okay, there you go. Awesome. So, our vocalist is back. She's ready to go. This is Rocks in My Bed. One, two. On clarinet.
My heart is heavy as lead because the blues have spread rocks in my bed. Of all the people I see, why did they pick on poor me and put rocks in my bed? All night long I weep, so how can I sleep with rocks in my bed? That mean man of mine, he's gone and he won't come back. That mean old man of mine, he's gone and he won't come back. That man is nowhere than a stick in a wagon track.
Evan on the alto sax. Jackson on the trumpet. Patrick on guitar. Steven on tenor sax. Owen on guitar. Dante on the bass. Sax.
My bed. Rocks in my bed. I got rocks in my bed. Rocks in my bed. Running leftover fat. My man is gone, so now instead I got rocks in my bed. Rocks in my bed, baby.
Scarlett. Filling in today from Oswego High School on clarinet, Lily. Thank you. Thank you, Lily. All right, and while we have Scarlett up here, we're going to go to a famous George Gershwin tune written by the Gershwin brothers for the opera Porgy and Bess. The song is a lullaby that the character Clara sings to her child. This is Summertime. Soloing amazing? Yeah. In high school too. Amazing. Okay, here we go. Summertime. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
those mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, you're gonna rise up singing with Daddy and Mammy standing by. Standing by.
Written in 2002 by Pat Metheny, guitarist. It's from his album Speaking of Now. We again welcome back our guest trumpeter, Mr. Kirk Garrison, in Another Life.
Don't really have much to say, but thank you all for coming. Isn't this a wonderful group of kids here? Can I just use yours? Sure, by all means. Wait for a second. I recently stepped into being pretty much a full-time educator after a long career playing and touring. And Doug Beach, who is a mentor of mine and of many of us as music educators, retired from Elmhurst University after 43 years last year. And they did a search and all of that. And they asked me to step in. And I always tell all my students that I've taught part-time at universities over the years, never, ever, 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 ever take a job at a place where they've had this killer program for like decades and step in there and take over for someone like that. And that's been quite an undertaking. Doug Beach, I have to tell you, is just one of the great educators in the world. And so I did it. I stepped in it big time. And the program there is wonderful. These kids all come from wonderful high schools, and one of the cool things about living in the Chicago area is seeing the kinds of education that goes on with all these band directors and these programs around here. This is unprecedented. The soloists in this group and the skill levels are superior. And fortunately, some of them have decided not to go into music so they can make money, which is smart. Those of you that are going into music will make tens of dollars. It'll be great. Trust me. Yes, I tour with Gary Sinise and the Lieutenant Dan Band. It's just a quick little plug in there. Philanthropic organization. I've been with him since 2005. His organization has built more than 80 smart homes for multiple amputees from our recent conflicts. So this is one of the actors that really puts his fame and puts his money where his mouth is and doesn't look for a lot of publicity. And he's really a special thing. So if you would, please check GarySiniseFoundation.org, if I could put in a shameless plug. We could always use more financial help because the things that he's doing are expensive. One of the other things that the organization does, which I think is really cool, is every year the children of parents that were killed in our recent conflicts, we call it the Snowball Express, and these kids go down to Disney World, and the Gary Sinise Foundation foots the bill for them and their families, about 1,600 people. If any of you have been to Disney World, it's kind of expensive. Anyway, and these kids go down and we play concerts for them, and they have such a great time. I've gotten to know quite a few of these young people, and we also have a program where we teach private music lessons to these kids via Skype and Zoom, and the Sinise Foundation, once again, foots the bill for that. So if you would all just kind of look around and see if there's maybe something you could do to help out, that'd be great. Thank you very much for having me come play. Thank you, kids, for having me come play with you. You guys all are terrific. I wish you all the best. Thanks.
Perfect. Okay, so we have two more for you. Both will have Kirk on them. This one is a feature that was written by Arturo Sandoval, a famous Cuban trumpeter. And Mis Abuelos is translated To My Grandparents, written in 1994. And, of course, tonight it features Minnesotan.
Hey there, don't you know? You betcha.
Kirk Garrison.
Buy for some hot dish later. Nice. One, two, ready.
With Patrick on guitar and Jake on drums. You mentioned Disney World. A little.
I'm gonna go stand back.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Once again, thank you so much for coming this evening. We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody here at Immanuel for hosting us. Pastor Tiemann, Sharon, the birthday girl, Jack back doing some recording for us and sound, and John Gray doing some other things too as well, and the live stream. So thank you so much. Again, if there's something that you feel like you'd like to give to these students as far as that recording project, the QR code is on your program, the back of your program. Again, if we have any leftover CDs in the back, you can take one of those with you if you haven't already. And we'd like to conclude this portion, or this part of the program, the entire program, with Back Row Politics, written by Gordon Goodwin. Back in 2005, 2 years before this was written, YJED had the honor of playing at the Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic with Gordon Goodwin, actually, as our guest, which was quite a thrill. See, anything else? Students, remember, tomorrow we rehearse, and the next Monday we rehearse at Wheaton North High School. Wheaton North High School, not our old place at Monroe. All right, so this is Back Row Politics, written by Gordon Goodwin in 2007, written to celebrate the back row of the band, the back row of the jazz band, the trumpet section. We hear solos from Jackson Baker, Barrett Ellman, Matt Wilkinson, Rayhan Driver, and some guy named Kirk Garrison. This is Back Row Politics. Baker on trumpet. Driver. Garrison. Mr. Kurt Garrison. The Youth Jazz Ensemble of DuPage. Wyjet, stand up. Thank you. Come on and join us over there. Thank you very much. Mr. Kurt Garrison. Thank you, everyone. We wish you a blessed day. Drive safely all the way to DuPage County. Thank you for coming.
Northwest Indiana.
Northwest Indiana.